So let's continue with the EBS demo in this session. So for EBS we will go for the EC2 instance. Just quickly moving on EC2 dashboard. So this is the new UI. So since they are asking for the your feedback, so let's keep as of now. And EC2 instance we will launch here. So I'm quickly launching the instance. So just taking the AWS AMI. So going with the T2 macro, that's a free tier. Taking the default configuration over here. And here we will discuss about the EBS. So this is storage. You can see that this is default storage. The type is a root volume. This device is XVDA, and basically created from the snapshot, which is the from the AWS AMI, and this is the size, and this is a GP2 SSD. So here you can take the different volume type of the EBS. So you can see GP3, that provisional IOPS and magnetic standard. So this is a different type where we can choose our volume type. This is the IOPS, this throughput, and this is the basically termination on deletion. If you want to terminate on deletion, this can do. So if I uncheck, so I will do the termination of my instance. This won't be deleted. So I'm just adding new volume here, not disturbing the existing one. So here volume, you can choose the device, which device you want to choose. This is the we'll take the default one. Snapshot. So here we are not taking any snapshot, but if you want to take any from snapshot, you can also taken from. Size, let me add some size. So I'm just adding here the 2 GB, not 20 GB. So this is just demo purpose. We cannot going to store anything, and here we can change the volume type from the drop down. So GP2 provisional, cold HDD, throughput IOPS, and magnetic. So let's continue with the GP2. Here we don't want to click for the termination. I want to keep my EBS volume even I delete the my instance. So let's continue with here. So here you can see free tier eligibility, customer can up to get the 30 GB. So in free tier I can increase the size till 30 GB. So let's go, not adding any tags here, taking my default group, and now I'm launching my instance. So instance has been launched, you can see here. Okay, so since it is in pending state, let's wait for a while. So our instance has been launched and it is in running state. So let's see the instance property here. So here this basic information is over here. Let's go here and let's see in a storage section. So in storage section you can see this is my root device, and there are two volume actually attached. So one is the default one, that's our root device, and we have added the one new device, that's a dev SDB. So this is the new volume has been attached to our instance, and you can see this is a differentiation deletion on the termination. So the root we have keep that deletion on termination, and the added the volume we have not checked. So even this instance has been terminated, this EBS volume will be there only. So let's go to understand volume. So in left side in elastic block store you see the volume here. So let's click over here. So here you can see there's a two volume has been there. So one is that's a default one, and second is one is which we have created, and you can see both are in the same already zone. So this is the same where the instance has been deployed. So volume and instance would be the same already zone. You can see here. So the same already zone we are using here, and this is the different information of your volume. So currently it is in use state, so basically it's attached to our instance. Now let's go back to the instance. Let's take our public IP and let's do the SSH. So let's connect our EBS volume through SSH. I'm doing the SSH EC2 user and the IP, and we pass the key. So this will connect the SSH over here. So just giving the confirmation. Let me just expand my screen here. Okay, so we got the SSH access of our EC2 instance. That's a Amazon Linux 2. Let's do here, and first we'll check our EBS volume has been attached or not. So using the lsblk command, we will see here. You can see the attachment of your EBS. So here you can see there is a default XVDA, that's a 8 GB, and the XVDB, this is the 2 GB which we have added the externally. So you can see there is a two part of your EBS volume. So this is the your default one, that's a root, and we have added the new one is the this XVDB. So if you go to the AWS documentation for the EBS volume, how we can attach to the Linux instance, you will find all these commands which we have just you execute the lsblk. So the same command sequence flow you can get from here. So this is the one document where we should use, and this is the basically provided by the AWS. Let's again go back to the SSH. So let's check whether the created file system on the volume or not using the command. So you can get the same command from the document. So sudo file -s and the device. So here the device is dev xvdb. So while we not getting the exit output with the data, you can refer the document here. So while we give the command so sudo file as xv, this is the device name. So if we are not getting the something like this, that means we don't have the file system has been created. So in this case we have to create the file system on top of our volume device attached. So let's create the file system. So for the creating the file system, the command is sudo mkfs-t ext4. So this is type, and the device name, so dev xvdb. So here you can see this is the output here, and here the file system has been created successfully. So let's clear this screen. You can see the same help here. So creating the file system, you have to use this command, so conditional command. So you can follow these steps. Now let's move further. So now we have created the file system. Now we have to mount the file system to one particular folder. So for that, let's create a one folder here. I'm just creating the folder with the name data, and with the next command we will mount the volume to this particular data folder. So mount, sudo mount, which volume we have to attach here, that's a dev xvdb, and the destination path, that's a data. That's all. So we have attached the device file system. Now file system has been mounted to the particular device data. So if you execute the first command lsblk, you will find that xvdb volume has been now mounted to the data directory. So this xvda is mounted to the root directory, that's xvdb is mounted to the data directory. So once our mount point has been created, we can use this volume to write a data. So you can see I'm just moving to the data directory, and here you can see there is nothing. I can touch, we can simply make a new file here. So I'm just adding his test.txt, and we can write. So we don't have a permission, we have to give the sudo. So here I'm adding some content in this file. So test.txt, so we have to use vi, and I'm adding here hello. So I have added one file here, and this basically file has been added in this particular data volume. So I can create a file and I can write a directory this same as my external hard drive. So this volume which we have basically attached manually using these steps, but there are some more steps which basically use for the mounting the attachment volume even after the reboot. So that same step you can follow for continuous mounting even after reboot. So you have to just copy this etc fs step. This is just keeping the backup, and you have to add the update this file fs tab, same as this uid. So you have to pass this, you have to give your mounted point, the device name, and this is the default parameters. So once you update this file, you have to do the unmount again, and then you have to mount. So that's all. Then your volume has been attached even after reboot. So the same volume you can attach once the instance will be rebooted. So you don't have to do anything manually.